that if you're a Christian, your work is worship to God. That your work is itself pleasing to God. Remember, God gave Adam the task of keeping the garden and working it and maintaining it before there was ever sin in the world. This working at things, our vocations, our callings, is what we are created to do. This is a good thing. God worked in making things, in the process of creation. Our work is itself pleasing to God when we do it with the right attitude. Colossians Paul says, look, whatever you do, work heartily. As for the Lord, not for men. We don't work hard for our bosses because otherwise they'll fire us. We work hard for our bosses because we know that we're pleasing God as we do it. Knowing that from the Lord, you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. Whatever you are doing, when you are mowing lawns, when you are washing windows, whatever you are doing at your job, if you are a Christian, you can be doing it for God. And He is pleased by it. So what does this look like in the real world? Well, do your best, not just the bare minimum. If you can skate by, doesn't mean you should. Even if nobody's going to see it and nobody's going to know, God knows. Promise only what you can deliver. This is good salesmanship. Under promise, over deliver applies here too. Don't promise the world to get people to buy your stuff and then say, well, actually, we can't really do that. No, just only promise what you can deliver and do it. Be trustworthy and reliable. Goes without, that's on its face. Be trustworthy and reliable. You say you're going to do something, do it. Be on time. Do what you say you're going to do. Be the kind of provider that people would choose over the competition. Be the kind of person who does their work so well that they want to tell their friends about. You wouldn't believe what this guy did. He was so much better than everyone else that I've had before. You have to know about this person. Remember that your worth is not in your earthly success. You might look and say, hey, all of these other people are getting ahead by cheating people, by skimping on service, by doing that hard selling. It's like, well, but remember, your worth is not based on how you do monetarily. Your worth is not based by how many people work for you or by how many customers you have. You honestly don't control what happens to you as an outcome of your business. You can do everything right and honestly still fail from a worldly perspective. It's kind of a downer, but that's life. But that's not what God cares about. You can only control the process. You control how you respond to your circumstances and your situation. And God is in charge of the eternal outcomes. Our lives here on earth are a very, very small percentage of the eternal future that we are all going to have. It's about the process of how we act and how we respond to our situations in this life that's our training and our preparation for the eternal lives that we will have before us. So you don't control what happens in the outcome. You just control how you respond. So because of that, don't grow weary of doing what is right. Your philosophy, your ethics, your worldview, that is what matters at the end. It's not making the extra buck. It's not getting the extra customer. It's being true to who God says you should be and who you're becoming as a follower of God, if you are a Christian. And if you aren't, I'd love to chat with you more about potential reasons for why you might want to be.
All right, great.